weeps in weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. On the chipping walls, a victim calls. Draw with an eye blue as the earth disturbed. Knew her worth after the fact. Cracked open from tears around her face. Traced back to hell, frozen over the eye. Try as one might to soak in sight. Dive into her shivering rivers. Deliver warm grace, embrace place. Waste, cast it out, distaste to face. Weight, dripping cold decay to hold the waves. Stay. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. The world in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. Caught in the cold from the jump. Lost in a whole month's run and done. Into the vessel of flowers, empowered, devour. Continue to nestle, sour tower showers. For the roses fade on display straight. Soars the closest shade of dismay prayed. Looking dead yet looking fed. Looking red, looking to spread. Looking to head to embed. Roots to run through a whole crew. Roots the sun to till the cold grew. World in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. World in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps with weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. Strands of ice expand on demand, damn. Lantern brights hand to hand slam. Sending crystals that whistle, reflection, projection. Bending signals, fast wishful collection, selection. Jewel in her eyes, lies crystallize, fertilize people in her cries. Why brittle ties burst the guides? Freedom froze over, sober and numb. Succumb, be done, chose close to closure, then none and run. When the tears turn to shivering spears, clear. When the tears turn to shivering spears, clear. Send the years earned through quivering fears, cheers. Send the years earned through quivering fears, cheers. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeps in sequence. The world in her weeps in weakness. The world in her seeks the free bliss.